Hello Flosstube, it's Amber Rogue Mama Stitcher. This is Flosstube number 53 for me, and it is Thursday, February 15th, 2024. And I hope you all had a great Valentine's Day and, you know, just celebrated with people you love. You had a Valentine, and if you didn't, that's okay too. I hope you all have been doing well. It's been 3 weeks since my last Flosstube, and I was going to aim for, you know, once every month, and I just had kind of a lot going on, so in the last 3 weeks, so I wanted to, like, you know, kind of just get that out of the way, and so that I won't feel kind of like I'm not covering everything, you know, if I had waited another week. So so I have a finish, and it is my Penguins on a Swing, and it's by Svetlana Sakar, and I had not finished all the full crosses the last update. And I had, so I've done all the full crosses, and I've done backstitch, I'm done. So, and this had, you know, blends in it, you know, that weren't too bad. It was actually pretty good. I enjoyed it a lot. It was easy once I got into the swing of it. I don't know if the lighting's turning out great for this, but yeah, can you see that? Oh, got a little... There we go. So today, it's going to be a quick one, hopefully. So this is for Chloe, Cross Stitch Penguin. She's on Flosstube and on Instagram. And she's across the pond. And she has a twin sister that she does color conversions. You know, basically we'll make some things the same, but just she'll do a color conversion of blue for herself. And so she inspired me to do this color conversion of the blue, and this is, you know, it's obviously not identical, but it's pretty close, and I wanted to try out a color conversion because this this had all the reds, you know, like kind of, you know, Valentine's-y special. So yeah, I need to get my sewing machine fixed so that I can actually make the pillow I want to make Chloe, and I did find someone who can fix my sewing machine, so that's good. So yeah, no, I just need to look for some blue fabric at this point and get my sewing machine serviced. So, and on the back of this pillow, I don't, you know, if this is the first time you've watched, I got this tip from Sarah at I Swear I'm Stitching on Flosstube and Eat My Oxygen on Instagram, and I love that. Like, it was like Eileen's tacky glue or something like that. I think that's what that's called. And then, you know, just putting a little cross in the back, and you can see the cross. Like, I'm not great at it, but it's my first attempt. And this is just regular quilting cotton, you know, and I did like a whip stitch, I think, to you know, sew that whole back together, that little X or cross rather. So yeah, not too bad. And then with the Eileen's tacky glue, you know, you just make sure all the glue is like flat on the back, and then, you know, you just iron it on to dry it on the back. So it really wasn't hard. It was surprisingly simple. So yeah, so hopefully I'll have that FFO'd at some point the next few months. Yeah, so my finish, and it's very pretty. I love my color conversion. And then I had a couple of starts. Just want to make sure I'm not getting that too wrinkled because I ironed it. So I have a couple starts. One of them is a piece that I started and sewed with Sarah, who I just mentioned. You know, I Swear I'm Stitching, and it is Love Tree by Trilogy. Let me see. And I used a scrap piece of fabric. It's actually 36 count Northumberland Sampler House, or by Northumberland Sampler House, and it's Mocha. And that's Love Tree right there. So, you know, we'll see. what I do with the buttons and things, and I just did, you know, I just used my floss from Stash, and I'm just stitching 2 over 2, and I'm going to change this. It's not like golden brown enough for me. Like, I wanted it to be closer to the cover photo. So yeah, but I love that. Some of this is classic colorworks, like I think that's Brandy Pears, I believe. And yeah, and then this is Jody Ree Designs overdyed, and this was by Stitchy Cat Lady Joe. Yeah, and I think this might be the DMC. It's a DMC variegated floss. Or, let me make sure here. Yeah, I think that's what that one is. Let me see if I can find the number. Oh no, I'm so sorry. This is bad. I'm digging through this while you're waiting for me. Okay, pause. Okay, it's DMC 115. All right, so yeah, so I will get done with that eventually. Sarah already finished. She was on fire. Her needles were on fire, and she finished it before I did, which I don't blame. I think she actually FFO'd it, huh, Sarah? Like, you made a pillow out of it, I think, like for your double. Alrighty, so then I also started and am selling with Maxine at Nightmare Before Stitchmas on Instagram and on Flosstube. A Letty Stitch from the Halloween toy kit of 8 pieces. I started one of these. I believe Maxine did this one. Oh, I'm not trying to flip you off. That one. And it's looking great. She's made a lot of progress, and more than I have. And then I started that one, the kitty on the pumpkin. Oh, I just love it, and I will show you. I have not trimmed it down, and I'm okay with stitching on the plastic, you know, so far. Like, that's, you know, something to get used to, but it's not bad. So that's how far I've gotten. And I'm just doing 2 over 1 instead of the 3 over 1 that it recommends. I just think that 3 over 1 is just like pretty bulky. So yeah, I like it. I think I'm getting, it's just so, it's really easy. So it's like not, I actually do want to finish it this year before Halloween to put on my Halloween tree, and FFO it, you know, obviously. And I just have had a lot going on. And I will explain when I'm done showing you my whips and my starts. So those are my 2 starts. And then I have 2 whips. Wait, yeah, 2 whips. Sorry. So this was, oh, actually, so this is my Dragon Pancakes, but I'll show you in a minute because I worked on a different one first, and being weird, I guess, I want to show you the one I worked on first this month. So this is my Ragnarok Long Dog Sampler. I apologize for the loose floss. But yeah, that's, I gotta put my Clay by Kim and my little gummy bear, my teddy bear there. So yeah, that's, and so I believe the last time I showed on Flosstube where I was at, I think it was about, I had ended about right here at the, kind of like the unicorn rocking horse, and you know, hadn't stitched as much of this oak leaf. And so yeah, I had to go, my family had to go to Washington to see my dad. Excuse me, take care of my dad, see my dad. He requested that we make it, you know, with the whole family to see him. So these floss, the overdyes that I use are all from Norgrove Enterprises. I basically had, you know, asked Jonathan, one of the shop owners, I believe he and his partner run it on Etsy. I just had asked him, you know, I have this kind of big piece, and here's how much I'm going to need. And I think it was at least 30 skeins. You know, I think it was $5 each. And I said, I'm going to need, you know, that much. And I need like a, you know, one that's like more kind of bloody red, and then, you know, variations of that, dried blood and fresh blood, that kind of thing. And then also something kind of more fall and red colors for the oak leaves and for different parts to make it more look like fire also. So, you know, he said, yeah, I can do that. And it said, you know, it's a lot to buy all at once. So would you be able to just kind of dye it all so it's from the same dye lots, but, you know, give me a chance to like buy a certain increment every month. He says, well, okay, yeah, we can do that. So that's Ragnarok, the long dog sampler. I just love it. So I've gone into different pages over here. So I've, you know, this, yeah, it's like I'm going into like, I'm in about 3 pages right now. I'm almost finished completely with one, and then on this side have gone into another, and on that side have gone into another. So, and it's on 18 count black Aida, and I'm stitching it 2/1. But I'll show you the floss I was talking about. Yeah, so I really just felt like stitching. I was gonna do Dragon on Pancakes the whole month as a focus, and an emergency happened with my father with his health declining, and he was hospitalized, and I believe I did mention that on my last Flosstube. But then, you know, I was asked by family to, you know, to kind of take my turn watching him when he was admitted, rather released from the hospital, you know, to just kind of help him to adjust back to home and see if his medications and things could be, you know, regulated. So, you know, for a better quality of life. So this is Royal Blood, and it is gorgeous, just absolutely gorgeous. And then I want to show you Slasher Surprise. And Jonathan and his partner made this Slasher Surprise especially for me. They experimented with several dyes and just asked me, well, which one's your favorite? You know, and so I went with, out of all of them, Slasher Surprise is just like perfect, and the name is pretty badass too. So yeah, so those are stuck together, but there you see the color. It's just beautiful. Yeah, sorry about that it's kind of doesn't look so like super smooth, but you get the picture, right? Oh, just gorgeous rich colors. Yeah, so yeah, this was very cathartic. I really needed something that I could just, it would actually help me really relax. Like I didn't have to concentrate too much like during the travel, and being in a less familiar, I mean, it was my childhood home that I was in, but you know, I don't have all the accommodations I'm used to, and you know, my comfy bed and things like that. Okay, sorry about that. So yeah, it was very cathartic. It was so just therapeutic with all the stress going on with my dad and my mom, you know, and I just felt like so nice, like actually just stitching on it and just kind of, you know, just breathing in that like good energy, like from you know, what I was creating on the fabric. It was wonderful. And you know, here's the shop, Norgrove Enterprises, their card. So yeah, they have a YouTube channel as well. So there you go, if you want to go to the link and scan that. So there you go. Just beautiful. All their overdyes are gorgeous. Like I love their floss that they do, their variegated floss. Really pretty genius stuff, honestly. Like their colors are wonderful. Yeah, so that was great. I honestly don't know how far, well, I kind of do know how far I got when I was there, but I had already made some progress before I got there. So, but I made a lot, like a lot of this on the oak leaf I did at my parents' house on this oak leaf right here. So yeah, so you get it, you get the idea. So yeah, I've done a lot of the royal blood. I decided I was going to do just all around the border of it, and then I was going to just fill in some spots that slasher surprise. Okay, and then my next whip that was I talked about last time, which was going to be my February focus, which it is. Once I got home, I was able to, you know, really get into it. And the last couple of days, I have been stitching, you know, with my Patoki stand, you know, just on regular hoop, Dragon on Pancakes by Nadajda Kazarina. And I did originally start this with Cross Stitch Bunny Lauren. You know, she wanted to do a Kazarina Dragon Cell, I think that's what it's called. And I did join in that, but she's finished, and I think a few other people are finished. So I am still going to use that hashtag, but also the Year of the Dragon Cell started by Hugo Stitcher, Samantha. So yeah, so since the last time I showed this on my, you know, the last video, I have made, I believe I've stitched this entire part that's like the cover of the honey pot, and then the little honey jar or whatever will be like right there. Yeah, so then I did more honey around the top of the pancakes like that, and this is stitch 3/2, and I did have to give this a bath because I had left it unzipped, the project bag. So it's better now that I've washed it. And this is by, I think it's Effley Co. From Etsy. I don't know if she still does needle minders. I know she does a lot of earrings. So yeah, so this is hand dyed by Rolanda. It's Frappuccino, and it's a 28 count even weave. Yeah, but linen, looks like a linen tie. So yeah, it's gorgeous. And yeah, I did say 3/2, right? Stitching 3/2. Yeah, so it's gorgeous. Yeah, I really went to town. I started this November 6th, 2022, and I just really like went to town with it and worked on it only till the 20th, I believe. And then everything else on the pancakes and the honey jar have been since then, but mostly this recently right here. So yeah, so I think it looks gorgeous, and I'm excited to keep going on it. My goal is to finish that honey jar, and then to just get some progress on these pancakes before February is over. So, and I'm just using called for DMC mostly, except for I just subbed an AMO last night for 3078. But yeah, so you see where I'm working right here, and then gonna move down there, and then working right here, and then just hoping to kind of start that stack right there before I'm done in February. Maybe I'll make it really far. Maybe I'll make it down to here. We'll see. I get pretty far when I work on my days off, and today is not my day off. The last 2 days have been. So yeah, I just wanted to get this out there before I start working again, because I really don't feel like it after, like during a work week for whatever reason. Looking for that. The tag for the type of Rolanda fabric it is. Sorry. So it's, let's see, it's a Quaker. It's Quaker fabric, it says. So there you go. So yeah, there we go. Beautiful. Love my Dragon on Pancakes, and Samantha told me that this is her favorite, that I should work on this for her Year of the Dragon Cell. So I concur. I love it. She gave me an excuse to work on it. Yeah, so then, last but not least, I just haven't actually started stitching on it yet, but I wanted to show you what it looks like before I stitch on it. I gave it a nice little iron before I'm just going to show you. Okay. Because I want to do justice to this gorgeous stitching that the ladies have done. Okay, so this is Jordan's piece, and this is Pinup Girls, and it is just beautiful fabric. I love her fabric, and I'm excited to get started on it. Maggie rather, was the one that sent this to me, and you know, passing the torch. And I just think it's so beautiful. It just looks so lovely, and just the fabric is just spot on. Love those blues. So yeah, so there you go. So this is for our round robin for this Pinup Girls by Soda Stitch. And Maggie started this, and you know, if you haven't seen me before, my Flosstube before, I'm just kind of recapping real quick. But yeah, so once I stitch the girl next to Maggie, then it'll be completed, and then I send it to Jordan. So yeah, so that's what it looks like now before I add my Pinup Girl. And I did, you know, chart the fonts for everybody to stitch their names. Let's see. And then Maggie, when she sent me my Pinup Girl, she always put something super sweet. She always put something like the Amazing Amber. This time she put the Angelic Amber. Thank you, Maggie Kitschy Whips, my lovely stitchy friend. Sorry, I guess I'm awkward, but I just that kind of stuff really does make me feel good. I'm just like, oh, you know, thank you. Yeah, so here's what the Pinup Girl piece looks like when it's done, and that's the last girl I'll be stitching. And I have already stitched that one before, and I'm just gonna keep according to chart. I'm just excited to stitch it again on different fabric. I think it's gonna be gorgeous. So yeah, it's a fun piece, super fun piece. So yeah, thank you everybody. So it's the ones that of the ladies that are part of the round robin. I should definitely mention that. It's Jordan Tattooed Stitcher, Maggie Kitschy Whips, Jamie Teeny Weeny Stitches, Mary Daydream Stitcher, and Bernadette at Burn Stitches. So all of them have Flosstube, and I just named all their Flosstubes. So yeah, go check them out if you haven't. They're all very skilled and stitchers and great people. So yeah, so I think that is all for me today. Stitching wise, I did get some generous stitchy kindness that I wanted to show you before I sign off for today. So Sarah at I Swear I'm Stitching sent me a Galentine's package, and I just love it. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Sarah. She sent me a lollipop, like a heart lollipop with like a rose design in the middle, and then Bella Rosa by Classic Colorworks, so pretty. And then these heart stickers, I love that kind of stuff. I put it in my journal or in my book of days, which, oh, I should totally put these in my book of days. And she sent me a heart needle minder, which I will use. I think I'm gonna use that on my Letty Stitch probably. It reminds me of kind of Halloween too. And then she sent me this beautiful card, and just thank you so much, Sarah. I love you. You're the best. Just really, after all the things that have been going on, like really needed that, you know, gesture. Thank you so much. And then she also sent me another beautiful chart for Valentine's, which I look forward to. I kind of want to try one of those, like those little tins, like with the ruffle, like is it a tart tin, something like that. So yeah, those are pretty neat. So thank you. And this is by Heart in Hand Needle Art. Love Whirligig. So yeah, thank you. And then Catherine, Needleberry Stitcher, the wonderful Catherine. Talk about angelic. Catherine is angelic. She sent me this beautiful card, and then she sent me, look at that. Oh, Catherine, thank you so much. And then she rescued me, sent me, she heard my cry for help, because I really want to start Thistle this year from the Poison Pixies by Nora Corbett.
and I was missing, I couldn't find these beads anywhere, the Magnifica beads, and it's 10085. She says, I have some left over, do you want them? And I said, you know, like, well, how much? Like, I'll take them, you know, like, I'll pay you. And she's like, oh, no, it's okay. Just, you know, what's your address? So there you are. Thank you. So that's awesome. And, yeah, just so grateful. You know, it's wonderful. Oh, and I wanted to show you too that, with the Team Anger floss drops, I mod podged them because I wanted them to last longer because they were just cardstock, and you know that's okay. But I just I really like them, and you know, I love them, and I wanted them to just, you know, just have a little more you know, protection, so that I didn't destroy them when they're rattling around in my project bags and stuff. So, you know, I don't know if you can tell, but they just they have like just, you know, that kind of shinier coating to them. They don't just look like, they're not just like you know, the plain cardstock anymore. Kind of seems like you can't tell, but that's okay. Like, yeah, that's, you know, kind of, oh, there you go. I think you can kind of see it there. Yeah, so love it. Yep, I did those, and then the Christmas ones, and then I also, you can kind of hear, because I'm sure I kind of put them together before they were totally cured, but they're fine. Like, they dried enough. They dried for like a day. So yeah, there's what I did with the bird collection there. So really pretty. Yeah, I love that. They're definitely more sturdy. So, okay. And then I was just gonna do life update. So if you want to sign off now and you're not interested, that's fine too. But I wanted to thank also, like, everybody who's you know, watching Flosstube, my Flosstube, and you know, returning subscribers and new subscribers. I truly do appreciate you, and you know, your feedback and your support. So I do look forward to talking to you every Flosstube, and you know, who have I been watching lately? Like, I keep trying to keep going. So I've watched you know, Sarah, I Swear I'm Stitching, Crisscross Stitch, let's see, Bernadette, Burn Stitches. Like, I always make sure I watch her. Who else? I know I've been watching Cam the Stitcher. She always has great projects. Maxine, Nightmare Before Stitchmas, of course. And I'm going to watch Jordan Tattoo Stitcher very soon. And I still need to watch some Stitchers, some Flosstubers. You know, it's been a whirlwind. So yeah, life update is that, you know, we had to go to Washington, and, you know, just kind of, we needed more people to take turns watching my dad, because, you know, basically that was the conditions that he was returned home, that he would have, more family, you know, keeping an eye on him and making sure he was safe. So yeah, so we did that. My husband and I switched off, and my husband has worked in assisted living when he was younger, so he knew a lot more of what to do with to help my dad. So that was amazing, and I just, you know, just am so grateful to my husband for his service, you know, to my family. So my kids love seeing their grandpa, and we got to give him big hugs and tell him we love him. And I asked my dad if he wanted me to make him pancakes, and he says, oh yeah, I'd love that. And so I made him this kind of pancakes called buckwheat pancakes that I remembered him making for us when we were little kids. I was a toddler when he made them. I remember, oh, they were so good. And, you know, whole grains are heart healthy, so I made sure to make him those. We went into the store. It's the Northwest, so there's all kinds of healthy things in every grocery store pretty much, as opposed to where we're at. There's more stuff now, but you know, fewer and further between. So yeah, I made him those, and you know, I said, like, well, what would you really like on your pancakes? And he said, butter. So I gave him like a teensy weensy little tiny sliver, and I got him maple syrup, and yeah, so then we took him on a drive to Molten Falls, which is a place that he had, I believe a place that he had jogged past a lot of times, because my dad, you know, was an athlete his whole life, and, you know, I remember him waking up at 5 a.m., going jogging 3 to 6 miles every day in his 40s, and, you know, into his 50s too, I believe, and yeah, so then, you know, he'd go when it was like pitch black sometimes, and there's almost no shoulder on the road, and so, yeah, we took him, you know, through his route, basically one of his routes, and, you know, we enjoyed like the mossy trees. It was just gorgeous in the river, the Lewis River, like the one named after Lewis from Lewis and Clark. And, you know, I sat in the car and talked to him, and, you know, just, you know, kind of reminisced a little bit, and told him about my life a little bit, and asked him about himself, and my husband came back in the car, and he had bro time with him. You know, they talked about cars and things like that, and work, and yeah, so, and then on my parents' property, it's like being in the Lord of the Rings or something. There's just, it's like, you know, when we got there up until we left, it was just like foggy and rainy, and like it's just a forest of, you know, it's just all green, and deer coming up to the, you know, closer to the windows and looking in, and they had, you know, like, well, when I went outside once, there were these 2 bucks that, you know, like their antlers, they were like, they were posed together looking toward us, and like their antlers were like this, their heads were together like this, and then their bodies were out like that, like looking at us, like with this just perfect symmetry, and just, you know, watching us from afar. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's so beautiful, look at them. And I was like, shh, because my mom was next to me. I'm like, I'm going to take a picture. And then she starts screaming at them, get out of here, you know, because I was like, why would you scream? And she's like, oh, I was scared. I thought you were scared. Like, it did say I want to take a picture. So anyway, so I got a picture of them right before they just both ran away. But also right before that, there was a black deer, and apparently that's even rarer than a white deer. I just read this on the internet, but I had never seen a black deer in person before. I didn't even know there's such a thing as a black deer. It was gorgeous, and I almost felt like that was a good omen for whatever reason, but I didn't get to get a picture of it, so I was like, dang it. But that makes it a little more magical, I think, too. So yeah, so I don't know, like, it just felt like it was very meaningful. I mean, it was a very meaningful trip, and my boys got a lot out of it. My husband did, you know, we just all needed to be there with my dad, and he really appreciated us being there, you know. But yeah, so dragging on pancakes, buckwheat pancakes, and, you know, I felt like there was like also a little bit of Harry Potter Patronus, you know, protection happening there, you know, with the deer and the bucks, and anyways, so, and, yeah, so hopefully, you know, I'm going to just keep stitching, as Pam and Steph would say, and I'll stitch my pancakes, and maybe I'll pretend they're buckwheat pancakes, and just, you know, feel cathartic stitching my Dragon on Pancakes too. So, I love you all, and hope you have a great February, and I will see you in March. Happy stitching.